Welcome back to Blue Flag Bandits, the series that takes you through the Codemasters F1 games, driving the worst machinery on the grid, or the closest to worst, in the desperate hunt for points. And it's the final round of 2011, the Brazilian Grand Prix, driving for Team Lotus. And we come to this round off the back of, well, proper disappointment. I think we were running 10th on the final lap in Abu Dhabi, and then we clipped the curb span and ended up finishing down in 15th. Just a terrible way to end a race that actually was going quite well. To compound matters as well for us, Adrian Sutil, who we'd been level on points with since, I don't know, Japan, maybe even before, went and got 9th. So he's now 2 points clear of us going into the final round. And, well, the way this season's been, Brazil will either be a glorious failure or a scrappy performance that just about misses out on what we wanted to miss out on. But let's take a look at the drivers' stand-ins going into the final round, because the Drivers' Championship is all still to play for. We're 17th. 2 points behind Sutil, like I said, 6 behind Buemi, and a little bit ahead of Maldonado and Barrichello, D'Ambrosio, Glock, Kartikeyan, and Liuzzi and Trulli without points, and it's unlikely they're going to score any here today. At the top end of things, Webber leads the way by 12 going into the final round, and he's a further 5 ahead of Sebastian Vettel. So Alonso, Vettel and Webber going into this round with a shot at the title. Webber looking to defend his 2010 crown in our series. Button comfortably, I'd say, 4th place with Hamilton 5th, and it's Massa, Schumacher, Petrov and Rosberg should be safe where they are. Heidfeld a point ahead of Perez going into the final round, that 10th spot still all to play for. Then it's Alguersuari, Kobayashi, Di Resta, Buemi, and there's us and Sutil. In the Constructors, Red Bull wrapped that up a while ago. They are champions. Ferrari moved into 2nd, just 8 clear of McLaren, so that is all to play for there. Mercedes safe on their own in 4th, then it's Lotus, Renault in 5th. Sauber should be okay, they're in 6th, with Toro Rosso also safe in 7th, Force India safe in 8th. And then it's us, Williams, Virgin Racing and HRT. We can still be jumped if Williams get a great double point score today, but they've been a little ways off the points this season, as have I normally, which I think is what makes Abu Dhabi so galling, that we were fighting in the points pretty much the entire race and then lost it on the last lap. But this is another chance, one more chance at points this season. We've only scored points once. That was Singapore, that miraculous 4th place. And this is a circuit that's short, fast and fun to drive. Hopefully, we can have a really good race here. But, as always, it's going to be tough in this car. So let's immediately get into practice. And as we do, we'll talk about the 2011 Brazilian Grand Prix. The final round of the 2011 season was held at the familiar surroundings of the Autodromo José Carlos Pache of Interlagos, Brazil, a race which saw a number of drivers marking their final Grand Prix starts. Rubens Barrichello, Jarno Trulli, Tonio Liuzzi, Jaime Alguersuari and Sebastian Buemi would take to the grid for the last time in Formula 1, along with Renault as a constructor, who were Lotus Renault in 2011, would move to just Lotus in 2012, and wouldn't return until 2016. Practice would see a number of reserve and junior drivers take part in the first session, ones that would become vaguely familiar, at least a couple. In 2012, Jean-Eric Vergne drove for Toro Rosso in place of Buemi, with a view to replace him in the next season, while Jan Charroux replaced Liuzzi at HRT and Louis Razia replaced Trulli at Team Lotus, meaning that no Italians would be present in a Formula 1 Grand Prix session, for the first time since the 2005 US Grand Prix. Webber, Hamilton and Vettel would be the ones to top the timesheets through the 3 sessions.
Great lap, the the quickest of the session so far.
The usual teams occupied the bottom 6 spots on the grid in qualifying, joined by Pastor Maldonado in the Williams. Q2 would see no major shocks either, with Barrichello taking 12th place at his final home Grand Prix. It would, however, be Sebastian Vettel who took pole once again, his 15th of the season, meaning he broke Nigel Mansell's record that he equalled in the last round for poles of the season. Webber would take second, ahead of the 2 McLarens, while Sutil took a strong 8th place for Force India. Vettel would get away cleanly, leading Webber through the first lap, while Button would hold 3rd place. Alonso would manage to jump Hamilton through the first few corners and took a strong 4th off the line. The race, however, would settle down until lap 10, when Schumacher attempted an overtake on Bruno Senna into the Senna S, the Brazilian clipping the Mercedes and causing a puncture. Schumacher would limp back to the pits, while Senna would receive a drive-through for his part in the incident. The first pit stop phase also saw no major positional changes. Alonso had managed to jump Button prior to the stops, but Vettel would begin to report gearbox issues as the race progressed. Eventually, the now 2-time world champion would be caught and passed by Webber, who would remain at the front till the end. So it would be Mark Webber, who took his first win of the season in the final round of the year, ahead of teammate Vettel, with Jenson Button regaining 3rd from Alonso, meaning that Jenson would take 2nd in the driver's standings, a strong result for the McLaren man. Hamilton wouldn't manage to close in on his teammate in the standings. He'd retire from the race due to a gearbox issue, meaning that the top 10 would be completed by Massa, Sutil, Rosberg, Di Resta, Kobayashi and Vitaly Petrov. What are our hopes then for the final qualifying in the Team Lotus colours? Well, I really enjoy Interlagos. It's one of my favourite circuits. It's right up there, I think I mentioned in the intro, with Canada. I love these places. They're just so much fun to drive. It's a really fast roller coaster of a ride. So I'd like to think we can get out there and get a decent result in quali. However, dry conditions might see us struggle a little bit. We're still down on power, and despite the fact that it's got that technical middle sector, it's still got a lot of moments where there's a lot of power needed to push you along. Let's see if we can at least get out of Q1 in our final race for Team Lotus, and aim for P17.
We don't think you'll have any trouble getting into the next session, so don't push too hard.
In the garage then for qualifying for the Brazilian Grand Prix, much like the last few rains, practice saw us mid-table. But we know how qualifying differs, even in this car. This circuit is one that I love driving. It's right up there with Canada for me. It's one of my personal favourites. So hopefully we can put in a performance to justify that love. So let's get out there, run some laps, see what we can do in Interlagos. So then, our fastest final lap of the season, you can see Q1 is nearly over. We're only in 19th. We're following Massa here through the Senna S's. Actually fairly tidy, although the car does feel like it's slipping all the way through as we head through the Curva del Sol. A little wide, maybe a bit too much curb. But as we get to the end of the Retro-Aposta, we're 10th up on our own time and 3/10 up on Sutil as we get through Decido del Lago cleanly as well. A little wide at turn 5 down towards Ferrandura. Ride the curb on the inside, which sort of unsettles us a touch, to be honest, as we head into turn 8 and then immediately into Pinarino. keep it nice and tight and tidy through there, which is good as we get to Bico de Pato. Still, close enough to Massa to maybe get a little bit of a drag as we go through Magulio towards Juncao. Hoping that we can really get a drag up the straight here. We're 3 tenths up on our best time, but 2 tenths down on Sutil, so we know we need the drag all the way up to the line. Massa, though, has now begun to get away from us. We've got somebody swarming our mirrors. Push as hard as we can all the way to the end, but it's not going to be enough. And in the final race of the season, we are out in Q1 alongside Paul Di Resta, Jerome D'Ambrosio, Liuzzi, Trulli, Cartagena and Glock. A bit of a Hail Mary lap at the end in the vain hopes of getting through, but just couldn't summon the pace. And we'll start in our traditional 19th place. But this is one of those circuits that's fast, chaotic and quite fun to drive. So who knows, maybe the race will be something much better. Let's cross over to the race and see what happens. Here we are then in the garage for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the final round of 2011, and there is rain. We're starting on intermediate tyres from P19 on the grid. A wet Brazilian Grand Prix normally spells carnage. But let's take a look at the grid and we'll have a quick chat then about what we're looking at and what we're looking for out of this one. Alonso took another pole position with Vettel in second, Hamilton's third with Webber in fourth. The 3 championship protagonists inside the top 4. Then it's Massa, Button, Schumacher, Petrov, Rosberg and Heidfeld, the traditional top 10 that we've seen for a lot of this season. Then it's Kobayashi, Perez, Buemi, Sutil, Alguersuari, Maldonado, Barrichello, Di Resta. We're in 19th ahead of D'Ambrosio, Liuzzi, Trulli, Cartagena and Glock. And yeah, an intermediate start at least is actually possibly beneficial to us. It's a difficult circuit at the best of times. In the dry, in the wet, it's a whole other ball game. After what happened in Abu Dhabi, points should really be the aim, but I think that it might just be a case of seeing this one out, finishing the season and being done with Team Lotus until we return in 2014 when they're Caterham. And I think let's just have an aim of 19th position, just to hold our place, finish ahead of the new teams, which would be, even though the game won't set it because of the issues with Italy earlier in the season, we obviously did an Italian Grand Prix, and we've not been out-qualified or out-raced by any of our fellow backmarker teams all season. For the most part, we've actually lapped most of the other backmarker teams. So let's aim to just stay in front of them for now. If we can do more and we can get through this race and we can find ourselves fighting for points, then let's try and actually take them here, because that would be a really nice way to end the season, especially if we took 3 points to finish ahead of Adrian Sutil. But that's all got to happen in the next 36 laps. Let's head to the grid for the 2011 Brazilian Grand Prix. There's Alonso ahead of Vettel, Webber just in behind, Maldonado, our rival, just a few spots ahead. There we are, 19th, Trulli 22nd.
Let's have a strong finish to the season.
That's what we aimed for last time out, but there are the 3 of the 4, 5 lights, and away we go in Brazil. And as always, our starts absolutely brilliant. It'll be interesting to see how that changes into 2012. Trying to be cautious into turn 1, and then Adrian Sutil's just sort of stopped in front of us. Much like many races this season, everybody just struggling through the first couple of corners gives us the opportunity to find ourselves at this point just outside the top 10, but we've got to run on Petrov. Have to back out of it there though, and we get back across Sergio Perez. got the inside of Rosberg here. Wasn't expecting that move to be on. We're into P9. A good first lap here. Much like we had in the last round. Much like the last round. We're right in front of Nico Rosberg. Vettel currently leading the way. Rosberg's going to try around the outside here. We'll run out of room. I was going to say the lead pack not really getting away from us too much. Rosberg just sort of appeared from nowhere then. He's going to try at the outside. To see get a large out.
On the radio, he thinks there's damage to his front wing.
Lost a little bit of front wing going by, but he is through. Just out traction him on the inside there. Kobayashi's now with us. It's going to be another race-long battle. Mercedes so much quicker up towards the line, but we can just ain't break him into turn one.
Jarno's worried about the damage to his front wing. Jarno's front wing is damaged.
Well, he has front wing damage as well. Further back.
This is turning into a solid drive. We're 5 positions up on where we were expecting to finish. We expect the rain to stop in around 15 minutes time. 15 minutes.
Minutes here is about 10 laps, so we'll probably have to change the tyres anyway. Or we run deep. Just about to stay ahead of Rosberg, but he's gonna once again probably outpace us up here. Go to the outside because that's where I was expecting him to go.
Radio, he thinks there's damage to his front wing.
And clip the grass means we struggle to get it stopped. Right, spray to attack Rosberg, but we're not going to get through. P9 may be gone, or is it? Because we're able to just get him on the brakes.
You've taken 9th.
In these sorts of conditions, all season work to our advantage, and they're sort of doing so again here. Here comes Rosberg again now.
Jarno's worried about the damage to his front wing. Jarno's front wing is damaged.
Oh, we clip the curb and we're round. Well, that's that then. We're back to where we started. 2 races, 2 mistakes. Both costly. Still a long time left in this one. Not like disappearing off the back of this group. It's like qualifying in Japan, they're all just running in like one long train. It's probably messing up everybody's laps. Far less unforced errors this year than we did in 2010, because the auto spin curbs aren't a thing this time. But the last two have been incredibly costly.
Be aware, we're expecting the rain to stop in the next 10 minutes.
We nearly spin off on the curbs once again. Dragging them too much, trying to catch up. I think our battling for today is probably done. Oh, we loop it. I think our rears have gone.
Guys have run the numbers. Barrichello will be pitting within the next 2 laps.
Cannot get it off the grass here. We're going to put us under threat from the guys behind. We're coming in now because these tyres are ruined. We're going to fall right to the back.
Go.
Definitely going to fall a lap down in this race.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track.
Final round of the season hasn't been great to us. Here's an accurate demonstration of how much quicker we are than the other teams at the back. Tail end of the last lap, spinning in the grass. Come in, fitted new tyres, and we're already past Glock. Almost past Glock. Should be about to be.
Yarno's the car directly ahead of you.
Put over the curb. Cannot seem to get the first couple of corners right, and I don't know why. That's the HRT of Cartagena.
We think there will be another 5 minutes of rain. 5 minutes.
You can see currently leading the train here. Down D'Ambrosio into the first couple of corners. Easily past the Virgin Racing car, and we are. Field will as well, but we're now so far off of them it's not going to matter. So we move back into P19. At least we've got past all of these guys before they needed to pit. It appears as if the rain has stopped here. So we'll probably be running on dries shortly. Nobody in to switch to the dry tyres yet, but it cannot be long away. Nearly lose the rear there. Looks like the leaders are in. A whole raft of cars in. I think they're all switching to the dry tyres. They're going to do the same. People getting held in the pits, but not nearly enough for us to be able to have the opportunity to go for a jump.
Exit now. You're free to rejoin the track is clear.
Like everybody else would have gone options, we're going primes. With a view to maybe being able to jump them on strategy.
You're on the prime tyres, only one stop to go.
Be back within 6 seconds of the pack is pretty good going. Another little clutch of cars in.
There are quite a few cars in the pits right
We
now.
have regained some positions. Look at that. We're back up at the moment to P15 as I nearly lose it again. Gun it out of that to avoid spinning once more.
The guys have run the numbers. Petrov will be pitting within the next 3 laps.
Perez and Buemi on the back of us here.
Massa's really going for it. He's just put in the best lap of the race so far.
The rest is in amongst that clutch as well. Bit deep, Perez will go for it. And he'll hold it around the outside there.
Webber's really going for it. He's just put up a new fastest lap.
There's a little bit of contact. Wheel banging with Perez here. He's on the faster tyre. Say, lets the primes try and out strategise. This is available. Enough to close us to the back of the Sauber though. Buemi nearly round the outside.
Hamilton's just posted the fastest lap of the race.
Leaders are definitely closing on us. I think that's them there.
Blue flag conditions. Let the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him. Alonso's the fastest man on the track at the moment.
Vettel through, he's currently leading. See what he needs to do. We run deep into Juntao. He's going to be all over us. We get DRS from Vettel. There's an opportunity to just edge away from Buemi a bit. All over the curbs. Just defend from Sebastian Buemi.
Webber's really going for it. He's just put up a new fastest lap.
How far back is Webber? There goes Massa.
Perez should be coming into the pits within the next 5 laps.
Perez caught trying to lap Carter as he was lapping cars around him. That Carter has blocked him off, and we go through back up to P15 thanks to the HRT.
You need to let the car behind you past. He's not racing you for position.
Hamilton, the man behind us. We slow down, run wide, let the McLaren through. With him and get DRS as well.
That move was far too aggressive. Take it easy.
Well, apparently that was too aggressive, but Perez was the one that tried to get past us. Perez tries to go one way, the rest are trying to go the other. We run deep into Interlagos. Di Resta clips the wheel. Loses a bit of front wing, but stays behind us.
The car behind has minor front wing damage. Front wing damage.
Resta tries to get the inside there. Just about hold position. Calais to go this time. Forced us out to the grass. And we've lost 2 positions there. Back at the inside of Di Resta though. Calais got caught behind Glock. Perez got caught behind Trulli as he was heading into the pits.
The pit crew are ready for you at the end of this lap. Pit this lap.
Get back past both of those guys. We pit at the end of this one.
Just peeled off into the pits. Perez is in the pits.
So Satil and Alguersuari having a right old battle up ahead of us.
Pit in this lap.
We unlapped ourselves from the leaders.
Let the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him.
Well, they really have done us by 2. I don't think they have. We'll head in.
Go now.
Perez has managed to jump us through the pit stops, but only Perez.
You need to let the car behind you past. He's not racing you for position.
Nick Heidfeld in the Lotus Renault. He's at 4th. That's a good shout for Nick Heidfeld. It suggests that Alonso and Webber are sort of 5th, 6th, maybe lower. Wide, and there goes Barrichello.
predicted we'd be 3 places above your current position. We need you to push harder.
And we get back up the inside of Barrichello, almost. So that's Webber and Alonso immediately
Blue
behind
flag
us.
conditions. Let the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him.
Is 5th going to be enough for Mark Webber? I'm not sure it is, you know. With Vettel winning. Going to move out Jenson Button's way here. Schumacher as well. He's then letting Buemi through. De Resta's right behind him. Comes Buemi, we hold him off. We only have 1 lap left. Watch of cars up ahead, all struggling to lap people. Whoa!
You've lost your front wing. If you can nurse the car back to the pits, we'll fit a replacement.
Got a penalty, a 20-second time penalty. That's going to drop me.
We've been given a time penalty.
Down to
It'll be added to your
19th.
time at
We're
the
on
end
our
of the
last
session.
lap. That all happened so quickly. I've got no front wing. I might as well let De Resta go. This is a terrible way to end the season. Vettel wins. Just, well, that was Timo Glock I eliminated from this race. Just everybody collected in one space all at once. We'll head up to the line. It's going to be P19. We're going to finish where we started. And finish with a time penalty as well. But we cross the line to finish the Brazilian Grand Prix. And there it is, a 20-second time penalty. But we finished 19th anyway, ahead of Liuzzi, Trulli, Glock, Kartikeyan and D'Ambrosio's DNF after running into the back of him then, as everybody just sort of it became a roadblock in front of us. We finished behind Barrichello, De Resta, Buemi and Perez, who we were fighting with for a while. At the top end of things, Vettel wins from Massa, then Hamilton. Heidfeld's 4th, Alonso takes 5th ahead of Webber. And it's Button, Schumacher, Rosberg, Kobayashi takes the final point. And then it's Petrov, Maldonado, Alguersuari, Sutil, and then, Perez, Buemi, and etc., etc. We retain 17th, didn't finish ahead of Sutil, didn't get points. But at least we finished the season with points. P17 with 12 points ahead of Maldonado, Barrichello, D'Ambrosio, Glock, Kartikeyan, Liuzzi, and Trulli. Trulli for the second season run in 0 points last. At the top end, Sebastian Vettel takes the championship on countback, level on points with Mark Webber. They're 10 clear of Alonso. Then it's Jenson Button in 4th, then Hamilton, Massa, Schumacher, Petrov, Rosberg. Heidfeld holds on to a top 10 ahead of Perez, Alguersuari, Kobayashi, De Resta, Buemi and Sutil. But that means we are 1 apiece for Red Bull drivers. Mark Webber took 2010, Vettel takes 2011 on countback alone. the victory there in the final round enough. If Webber had finished ahead of Alonso, he would have retained his championship. Red Bull take Constructors' title number 2, well ahead of Ferrari, who take second ahead of McLaren. Then it's Mercedes, Lotus, Sauber, Toro Rosso, Force India. We take 9th ahead of Williams, Virgin Racing and HRT. And that final race kind of summed up 2011, really. Riding high in the points, then a mistake, then back in it, and then just at the end there everything happened too quick. I thought I was about to get a nice space around the outside of everybody, and then everybody's backing off to try and let other cars lap them. It all went a little bit chaotic, but only 1 points finish all season, but we did also get a pole position in Japan. Points in Singapore, and a few opportunities where I think we could have had points if I'd just not messed it up, or we just haven't been held in the pits. A lot of that happened this season. But that is au revoir. We'll see you soon, Team Lotus. Another few years and we're back with the Norfolk-based team when they're under the guise of Caterham. We'll be moving to Hispania, HRT, for 2012. And, well, the bar of 80 from 2010, 80 points, set by Virgin Racing, is still the bar to beat, but HRT have got a target of at least 12 to beat Team Lotus next season. Will we do it? Well, join us as we continue on the next video, or the next episode of the next episode of Blue Flag Bandits will obviously be our welcome to 2012 as we drive the HRT around one of the testing venues. I think probably Barcelona still in 2012, around a testing venue to give us an opportunity to get a feel for how the game works, how it feels on this AI setting, and get the volumes right, but also talk you through all the changes as we move into another season. And it will be the final season for Hispania Racing. We will be at least trying to get them out of the sport with some form of pride. But that's 2011 over and done with. Thank you so much for following through these first 40 episodes. We've got 2 seasons done, many more to go. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff. You know the drill. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.